This is Bubbies Know Best Podcast Edition. I am Brad Pomerantz. I am the person hexed with having to wrangle these three Bubbies. We love them so much. They are Bubby SJ.
Hi.
And what about Bubby Linda?
How's it going?
There she is. And let's hop on over to Bubby Bunny.
Hi.
As we know, in every episode of Bubbies Know Best, we like to seek out words of wisdom because there's so much wisdom in this world that we can learn. And so we decided to turn to a funny man. His name is Steve Bluestein, and he has developed quite a career for himself. Stand-up comedian, actor, comedy writer, and now he is a book author. And he recently wrote a book, very powerful, if I may say. It is called Take My Prostate, Please. And he has described his journey through prostate cancer in such a way that one reviewer even called it comically caustic. Yeah, I want to know what that means. Bubby SJ, Steve's a friend of yours. Why don't you have at it?
Oh, Stevie boy, I love you. You are probably one of the funniest people I have ever met in my life.
Oh, get out more.
Hey, all right. I haven't been out in 6 weeks. What are you talking about? But
look at the Meshuggah. What about the Meshuggah mask he's got on?
Can I take it off?
Meshuggah.
I put it on because I don't know where you people have been.
Oh, I love it. Look at that handsome. Great. Look at that handsome face. I'm felling looking at you, darling. Oh my God. But
it's early onset Alzheimer's.
Right. You're a very special person to me. You wrote a book that was, well, you've written a few books, but the latest one, Take My Prostate, Please. Tell me about how this all happened and what happened.
Well, I had decided to take care of myself as a child because none of my parents were doing that. And so I was very, very diligent in checking my PSA, which is what you measure the prostate cancer with. And my PSA had jumped from January to May from 4.3 to 6.8. So I immediately went to have a biopsy, and it was prostate cancer. And that led on a journey, and every day there'd be a new journey. I had my oscopy weekend, I called it. That's when I had a cystoscopy, a colonoscopy, and yeah, it was a fun. Hi, Bunny.
Hi.
Did you ever work for Playboy?
I feel for you. I do.
So, and things would be happening, and I would see them through my comic eye, and it would be, nobody else would see it funny, but I would see the funny. And so at home, when I got home at night, I would sit down and I would start writing. And it was therapy for me because I could get out all the frustration of what was going on. And the end of 4 months, I had a book. I wrote it for the guys who said, poor me, I'm going through this alone. There's, no one else is. And 2 national prostate groups have endorsed the book because they say that it helps people be able to take the lighter side of a serious subject.
Are some people offended by it, by your book?
Screw them.
Good
answer. I care. You'll offend. You could cross the street and someone will be offended. I don't care. I write for myself. And in writing for myself, I find that it helps other people. No one has been offended, and no one has taken it the wrong way. I mean, there's nothing funny about cancer. That's the problem. That's the bottom line. No matter, the one rule when I was writing jokes is you never use cancer as a punchline because it creates such horrible images.
Steve, do you have any advice for those who are going through prostate cancer or breast cancer, since we are like such sexual beings?
Right, exactly.
That really affects us.
Well, the thing is, you must keep a positive attitude. I had a very dear friend I have a very dear friend who was diagnosed with stage 4 breast cancer. On her worst days, you'd say, "How you doing?" "I'm great."
Good.
And I honestly believe that she got through. She's 27 years cured. I honestly believe that positive attitude is what got her through. And she was my example. And I was going to keep a positive attitude through this whole thing. Every step you just say, "Okay, I'm turning it over. There's nothing I can do. It's out of my hands. Let's go."
Right.
And,
That's
and,
right.
and
Wonderful.
yeah, and that got me through it.
It's 2 years now since your diagnosis. So how are you? Let's hear that positive news.
Well, I'm fine. I leak like a sieve, but I'm fine. And I'm going to have a little additional surgery, but that'll be fine. It's in an in-office procedure, but
I'll be there.
Attitude is everything. I agree.
Right.
it's absolutely everything.
I want to thank you so much for joining us. You are an inspiration, and your book, no doubt, is really making the men and women maybe of the world feel so much better on a diagnosis that can be scary. But like you said, you just got to have a positive attitude.
You're wonderful.
Steve, you are a funny man. Thank you so much for joining us. So when we come back, the Bubbies are going to be joined by the incomparable Carolyn Aaron. Carolyn is having a ball playing Shirley Maisel in the hugely successful show from Amazon Prime, The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. We'll be right back.
Thank you, Steve. Thank
Bye-bye.
you so much.
Thank you. Bye,
Don't
Steve.
leave yet. I just want to tell you how much I love you and thank you for coming on.
Welcome back to Bubbies Know Best Podcast Edition. I am so excited for Bubbies interviews today because we are joined by the incomparable, the hilarious, this incredibly talented actress. Her name is Carolyn Aaron. She is on the hugely successful show from Amazon Prime. You know it so well. It's called The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. She plays none other than Shirley Maisel, who is just so funny on the show. You must have such a ball talking to these crazy gals and guys on Maisel. Why don't we get right at it? You don't want to hear from me. You want to hear from the Bubbies.
I do.
Hi.
All right. Hi, doll. How are you? My name is SJ. I'm Bubby SJ. Nice to meet you. And how did you get cast in the role of Shirley Maisel?
Oh, it's so thrilling. I got a call from my agent that the creator of the show, Amy Palladino, wanted to have a phone call with me. And the reason that I knew who she was I have a daughter, and she had watched all 7 seasons of the Gilmore Girls multiple times. And she kept saying to me, "Mommy, if there was a cross between the grandmother and the mother on this show, that would be you." And she made me sit down and watch it with her. And we made a deal. We'd watch all 7 episodes together. And I would watch the last episode with her the night before I dropped her at college, which is exactly what we did, which was the story of the series of the Gilmore Girls. So I didn't even care what the part was, because I knew that if it was the Gilmore Girls, I would get some real status with my daughter.
Oh, that's wonderful. So it's just about won every single award in the first season. Isn't that exciting?
Very
My God. I just think you're so terrific. And I know you're from New York, right?
No, I'm a Southerner.
Oh, you're
Big
kidding.
surprises for people about me. I was born and raised in Richmond, Virginia. My mother was born and raised in Selma, Alabama. So I am a Southern Jewess. Yes,
Well, you know, I'm from the South, honey. I'm from South Brooklyn.
Now, Caroline, I love the 50s, of course, because I danced on American Bandstand. And I just want to jump on your set and do the jitterbug and the pony and the twist.
Down, I know. Isn't it exciting?
Yes. How is it being on the set back in time like that for you?
Well, it is. It's different than anything that I've ever done, because it's like you walk into a world, not just onto a set. And I miss my mother, I have to say. But it is such a world that they've created that you almost, it just swallows you up and carries you along. It's so wonderful.
What I read about your mom, God bless her, is that she walked with Martin Luther King in Selma, Alabama. Whoa.
She did. Yes, she
Wow.
did. I'm very proud to be her daughter. She was a big civil rights activist, and her life's work was sort of bringing together the Black and Jewish communities of the South, which had traditionally been very adversarial.
That's right. That's right.
So that was really wonderful.
Exactly.
And I think that Amy and I have talked about that. And as the show moves through time, civil rights will become part of the narrative of what's going on.
Anything special you want to say about being on the set?
I can't. I just wish everybody could come and be on the set with us.
Okay.
You just cannot believe.
I will.
You will. You're
Yes.
so invited. I wish it was my set and I would have you come on.
Oh, that's
I
so
wish we
sweet.
could. I
All the
have a couple
Bubbies.
questions to ask. I'm Bubby Linda. Welcome.
Love you, Linda.
I just love you on the show. But I have to ask, of the 6 mishpacha in the show, that means family members,
Yes. of
only
course.
3 actors are Jewish, all on your side of the cast.
Yes.
So
all the
Midge Maisel and her parents are played brilliantly by non-Jews. So what's your take on that?
You know, as an actor, I feel like there's absolutely, they are so authentic and so talented. I don't feel like you have to be that thing in order to, you know, incarnate that thing. And it's just so ironic that the Maisels, which are, you know, closer to, let's say, the immigrant status of Jews at that time in New York, than the Weissmans, who are really trying to assimilate. And, you know, it just turns out that none of them are Jews and all of us are. And we every once in a while coach them, I have to say.
That's true.
You'd never know. I mean, good acting is good acting. And one more quick question. Are you surprised a show that's so blatantly Jewish is so successful?
Yes. Aren't you? I mean, I am stunned by it.
Yes.
I think, you know, there's always been a sort of a little fairy tale in show business that you should act Jewish, you know, that you should have a Jewish cups, Jewish head, but always cast Gentile. And it's something that I've heard my whole life. So the fact that they were able to put Jewish families on television that are so beloved, I think is to their credit and a great move forward.
Well, it seems like there's a lot of shows now of Jewish content, like such as Unorthodox, Jojo Rabbit, that movie about Hitler. There's one, Hunter, I think about hunting Nazis. And is that, what do you make of that?
I didn't even think about it until you brought it up. There's just so many stories to tell. And the fact that no particular group is being left out is something that we can all celebrate. Why it all comes together at one time, I don't know. That's sort of interesting. I didn't even think about it that way. And I learn when I watch those shows too, because not all Jews are alike, as you know. People who are not Jewish might
Two
go.
Jews, 3 opinions.
Yes,
Right.
exactly. I was just completely flabbergasted by Unorthodox and learned so much about that community, which I knew absolutely nothing about. And for those of us who are not part of that generation, every time there is a story about the Holocaust, you know, we learn more and more for those of us who inherited it as part of our history, but didn't actually live through it. So I'm just thrilled. I'm thrilled for it, you
I
know?
think we all are.
Yeah.
Caroline, I see the 2 SAG awards behind you.
Yeah, behind.
That
They
must
be
make,
clean up for your
those.
and that must make your Bubbies so proud. I don't think they're still with us, but we want to honor them because you are here because they were.
How beautiful they are.
And on every episode of Bubbies Know Best, we honor
Beautiful.
the Bubbies.
Beautiful.
Oh gosh.
That's my family. And I think that was my grandparents, Sydney and Josephine, were in the top left. I think it was their anniversary. My father, Aaron, who died when I was a child. My older sister, Josie, who also unfortunately died. My mother, Nina, in the middle. And it just left is my younger brother, Samuel. And there I am on the far right.
I love that.
precious.
Those dresses are
What do you
top.
think,
Your
Caroline?
taffeta dress.
Yes.
Caroline, in our final moments, what do you think your Bubbies would say if they could see that their Southern Jewish daughter is playing the ultimate Jewish mother-in-law grandmother on one of the most popular shows in America, The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel?
I know. As I like to say, I am Mrs. Maisel, not
Right.
the marvelous one, but I am Mrs. Maisel.
Right.
I think that they would be really surprised because the whole idea of the New York Jew or the cultural Jew was not something that I really understood when I was growing up because there are so few Southern Jews. The only way that I knew that I was Jewish was based on content, not based on form, because there wasn't this, they say everybody in New York is Jewish, whether you're Jewish or not.
Right.
Nobody in the South is Jewish, I can just tell you that,
Right.
unless you happen to go to temple. So I think that they would be really happy for me.
You are such a treat. You've been such a good
Wonderful.
friend to our network. You gave us a Passover greeting during this coronavirus crisis, and we just honor you. We salute you, and we congratulate you. This has been Carolyn Aaron. She is the marvelous Mrs. Maisel, just the other one. She plays Shirley Maisel.
Yes, and I want to
Thank
be
you,
a Bubbies
Caroline.
On
too.
Prime.
Oh,
Thank
I
you.
wish that
Thank
for
you.
you.
Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
doll.
Of course, when we come back, the Bubbies react. Welcome back to Bubbies Know Best Podcast Edition. It's your favorite segment and mine. It is Bubbies React. We are going to have the Bubbies react to some of your favorite reality shows. And today, since we were talking with a mother-in-law from the marvelous Mrs. Maisel, I thought we'd look at a clip of another, challenging mother-in-law from one of, I think, SJ's favorite shows. It's called Say Yes to the Dress. We want your reaction to this clip.
We're about to shock your mother-in-law. What do you think?
I love it. This dress is just everything I hope for. I love the color. I love the way it fits my body. My heart is racing.
Really?
Like,
We could be the one.
yeah. I'm just hoping that my family agrees.
Whoa. Wow, does that fit you beautifully?
Yep.
I love how it kind of reflects a little bit, and I feel like it's so with the Caribbean. I love it.
I love the dress, but not the color.
A pink dress does not say I'm a bride.
So what do you think of that, mother-in-law, Bubbies?
Well, in my opinion, that girl's going to have a lot of trouble with that mother-in-law. She's going to be up in her grill all the time telling her what to cook, not the right pot, what to wear, when to have the kids forget about it.
Well, I love tradition. I do love the white dress. However, her heart wants the pink dress, and pink is the color of the heart. So I think that she should do that. And I've watched this, and she did compromise, and she was thinking about a white veil. So everybody will be happy.
Well, I feel very passionately about this because my daughter got married 2 years ago, last March, and I went wedding dress shopping with her. And I don't care if she chose a purple dress with yellow dots. Her wedding, her dress, mother-in-law, say the out of it.
Ooh, Bubby Linda! From a canto, we hear such
Oh
foul
my Lord,
language.
Linda cursed. I never heard Linda
Oh,
curse.
sorry, I told you I was
before.
passionate.
I don't think we
love
can-
that.
Oh my
Can we have that on a
God.
podcast?
My ears are burning. My ears.
You heard of
I
a
never
blushing
heard that
bride,
word.
blushing bubby.
I never
that's a
heard that word from
traditional
your
word.
mouth before, Linda.
Who knew that we could hear such language from a canta? I mean, what are you going to say?
Up.
But the thing is, we do have a 3-0. All three say kick the mother-in-law to the curb. Pretty rare for all three Bubbies to agree.
Wow.
Yeah.
So as long as we're on a wedding theme, I'm still verklempt from what just happened, but as long as we're on a wedding theme, let's watch another clip from Say Yes to Dress.
Okay.
And I want to get your take on how this future bride is organizing her wedding party.
Okay.
This is a wedding.
We're looking for 2 dresses.
Okay.
I've got these three girls are my honorary bridesmaids.
Okay.
And these 2 are regular bridesmaids. Yours are gonna be black and these are gray.
Okay. Honorary bridesmaids, regular bridesmaids. That's something that we don't see often here. I don't really like the split of that because it will cause tension.
I did family as the bridesmaids and then my closest girlfriends as my honorary bridesmaids.
Okay. How do you ladies feel about that?
Okay, well, I kind of agree with the sales girl. You can't say to your soon-to-be sister-in-laws, you're an honorary bridesmaid. That's what it means. I don't really want you to be my bridesmaid, but if I have to, okay. And then you're normally what's done is you would have everybody wear the same color dress. She's having one black, one gray, and you usually made your best friend's maid of honor and maid of honor and give them the special, like they'll carry the train or something like that. This is an OCD much, lady? Oh my God.
I mean, I don't know why you would demean any of your bridesmaids. And it's like a first class, second class. I mean, that is to me very unkind. And I would get up and walk out of that wedding because she's not a kind person, will not make a kind wife. And I don't like her.
Yeah.
Not nice to do.
I agree with the two of you, believe it or not. Kick her to the curb. I would have gotten up and said, excuse me, I'm not honorary anything. If you want me to be your bridesmaid, I'll be your bridesmaid. If you don't, goodbye, sister.
I think lightning has stricken twice because we have 2 3 zeros. All the bubbies are agreeing. I don't even know what to say. I have a feeling I know why you are in an agreeable mood today, because guess what? You already know this, but our audience doesn't. Y'all want a silver telly. I am so proud of you, Bubbies. You have been honored in your first season. You were honored by the National Organization with a Silver Telly Award. I'm felling like you don't even know. Such nice, like you can't even imagine.
We are
so
excited.
Well, thanks to you, Brad.
That's right. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
and
you, ladies.
JLTV and Brad and everybody else.
Well, I want to remind everyone, of course, that since we're an award-winning show, you can watch us on podcast. There's the address, bubbies.jltv.tv on demand, or you can go to JLTV on Monday nights, 8:00 p.m. And then, of course, you have questions for us, just email. It's the Bubbies. They'll answer. Bubbies know best at jltv.tv. Now, you got to follow us on social media, right, SJ?
Yes. Follow us.
You see the addresses up there. These are the two schmageggies that work behind the scenes, Brad and Michael. And then, of course, we have our own merchandise store through Teespring. And look at this picture, ladies. Bubby SJ in her Bubby leggings.
What legs?
With such legs. What is it, SJ? Who said that the legs are the last?
The legs are the last. By Barbara Walt says the legs are the last to go.
Well, not an inch of any of the three of you have gone. I adore you. I love you. Congratulations on your telly. We thank our loyal audience. It's Bubbies Know Best Podcast Edition. Bye, everyone.
See you next week.
Gay Gazinta, hey.